All he plants has magic. All he plants just grows. All he plants has magic. Yes. All he plants just grows. Hi everyone. This is Vinod again with another exciting story. And this time, this story has magic. Yes, but of a different type. Let's begin today's story. But before we begin the story, I have a question for you. And the question is, do you have a green thumb? Yes, a green color thumb. Look at your thumb. Or do you have green fingers? Do you have green fingers? Yes. Do you know what it is to have a green thumb or to have green fingers? It means that you have had the ability to grow plants. So in English language we say, if somebody has a green thumb or has green fingers, whatever they plant will grow. That's something special. So you have learnt a new idiom today. That is, to have a green thumb or to have green fingers. But why am I telling you this today? We are supposed to be listening to a story. Yes, because the main character in our story is this young boy. And this young boy has green fingers. It means that whatever he grows, whatever he plants, grows. Yes. Do you also know that whenever you meet somebody, maybe who has a garden or who loves plants, and if they plant a seed, it really grows well, then you know for sure that that person has a green thumb or has green fingers. So you can tell them, hey you have a green thumb. Fine, let's get back to our story. Today's story is about this young boy. Once upon a time in China, there was this young boy who loved plants. And his name was Ping. Can you say Ping? Okay, let me spell it for you. P-I-N-G. Ping. That's his name. Yes. And our friend Ping just loved flowers. He loved gardening. He loved to plant. And all the time you could find him in the garden. Yes, of course, in the garden. Because he'll be busy planting. He'll be busy taking care of the plants, watering them, putting some manure, pruning them, and so many things. And I said he had green fingers, which means whenever he planted something, it just grew. It was like magical. Interestingly, the town in which he lived also had a lot of greenery. People there loved flowers. So if you went around, you would see flowers, you would see plants next to in the market. You would see plants on the street corner. You would see plants in open fields. You would see flowers everywhere. They say even the air smelled like perfume. Yes. And the king of that country, yes, the emperor, he was an old man. Let me show you how the emperor looked like. Yes, this was the emperor. He too loved flowers. And he had his own garden where he used to spend little time every day and take care of all his flowers. He would plant them. He too had green fingers. Yes, you're right. And King was getting old. And one fine day, when he was in his garden, he was thinking to himself, what will happen to this kingdom after I die? I am growing old. I need to find a successor, somebody who can be a king. And so he was thinking to himself, who can be the next king? That's really worrying me. I should decide and I should find out a way to find the next king. Wait, I will not decide. It's my flowers who will decide. Yes, the king loved flowers. So he said that the next king will be chosen by the flowers. And he had this brilliant idea. You know what was the idea? Yes, the next day he sent a proclamation out. He called all the young people to the palace and he said, come and take a special seed that I'm going to give you. The announcement was made and Everybody rushed to the palace. The king's idea was to give them one seed, and they have to plant it, and they have to bring it to him after 1 year. And the person who has the beautiful plant, which has beautiful flowers, nice texture, that person becomes the next king. That was the king's idea. So when everybody heard it, they got excited. The children got excited because they said, I could be the next king. And growing a seed, growing a plant is very easy. The parents got excited because their son could be the next king. They said, wow, let's get on to it. So they all rushed to the palace where the king was distributing seeds. Now, in the garden was our friend Ping. And what was he doing as usual? He was busy. Yes, he was busy planting. Do you know, Ping had some lovely neighbors. There were some old ladies in the neighborhood. And each time that Ping was busy in the garden, they would come and visit him to check what he was doing. And Ping had this special ability. He had green fingers, and they loved to see him work in the garden. They sang a song for Ping, and this song is a very interesting one. You have heard it in the beginning of the story, yes. Can we all sing this song together? It says, all he plants has magic. So all that Ping plants has magic. And all he plants just grows. It just grows like magic. It just grows like magic. So let's sing it together. All he plants has magic. Yes. All he plants just grows. Can you sing it together? All he plants has magic. All he plants just grows. He takes a pot. He puts some, mud. He plants a seed. Poof! It grows. Okay, now you have to sing along with me. And what you do is say magic after I say magic, and say grows after I say grows. All he plants has magic. Magic. All he plants just grows. Grows. That's your part. Okay, together once more. All he plants has magic. Magic. All he plants just grows. Grows. Yes. We'll sing this song again at the end so that you can remember it. So coming back to our friend Ping. He was busy, and the old ladies told him about the king's proclamation. Wow, that was great news. Ping got excited. He said, I will win this because I can grow plants. He ran to the palace. He ran as fast as he could. And there he went and received his seed from the king. The king gave him a nice seed, a very special one. And Ping held it in his hand. He was so excited. He was so excited. He kept it safe and he went back home. Once he was at home, he knew he had a wonderful task to do. So you know what he did? He planted it. Do you know how to plant a seed? Let's do that with Ping. So first, you take a pot. I have a pot here. And in this pot, you put some mud. Can you see the mud? Can you see the mud? So I put some lovely mud in this. This is exactly what Ping did. So he took a pot and then he put some interesting mud. And then he planted the seed. Can you see the seed here? The emperor gave. He very gently planted it and then covered it with mud. Yeah, look at this. Looks lovely. Can you see this? Oh yes. But is that all? No. Ping knows it very well. You have to water it. Let's water it. I have some water and there we go. My little seed. Here you go. Oh, this is good. This looks wonderful. I have my pot. I have some rich mud in it. And sitting in it is my lovely seed. Okay, seed, goodbye and grow fast. And this is what Ping did. He did the same. And he knew that he has to take care of this pot and the seed. Every day in the morning, he would come rushing to his garden and look at the pot and see it and then check have you grown? No, not today. You'll take time, I know. Okay, fine. Bye-bye. He would do that. He would also make sure that he's collected some good manure, some good vitamins, some good minerals for the seed, so that the seed can grow healthy and nice. And weeks passed, months passed, and after 3 months, when Ping saw his pot, nothing grew. Nothing grew. He got a little worried. But then he said, maybe it's a special seed and takes some longer time. So he said, I will be at it. And so every day he did the same thing. He made sure he came and watered it. But then he realized it's not growing. And so he had an idea. He took a bigger pot. Yes, he took a bigger pot. And in this bigger pot, he put some of the best soil. Yes, he put some minerals in it, some manure in it. And then he planted the seed. Yes. And he said, now it will grow very well. But then as more months passed, it was very disappointing because nothing grew in the pot. Ping got very worried because time was ticking. Seasons passed and it was almost a year now. And spring came up again. Yes, all the kids got excited because this was the time when they had to go back to the emperor with their flower pots. Yes, they all got up, wore the best clothes, and they went to the palace with their pots. But here was Ping with his pot, and nothing grown in it. He was very disappointed. In fact, he was embarrassed too, because if he takes this pot to the palace, they will laugh at him. He did not know what went wrong. But then he was thinking to himself, when his friend came, the smart friend that he has got, came running with a pot with a lovely flower, a beautiful plant. And he looked at Ping and said, I hope you're not coming to the palace with this pot. There's nothing in it. That'll be embarrassing, he said. Yes, Ping was very hurt by that. But he said, look, my friend, I have grown in the past many seeds and my plants have grown beautifully, far more beautiful than your plants. But this time it's not working for me. I don't know why it's not growing, but I've put in my best, he said. After the friend left, Ping's father came. He noticed what was happening around. He saw that Ping was very sad. He came close to him, held him and said, my son, don't worry. You did your best. You did your best, and this best of yours is good enough to be shown to the king, because that's your best. Now go and show this to the king. Ping got up and said, yes, I have done my best and I have done it honestly. Let me go to the king and show what I have done. And so he walked. At the palace, the scene was completely different. Let me show you what the scene was. Everyone had their flowers and they were looking so pretty. Some of them were tall, some of them were short. They were colorful. And so everyone was showing off their plants to each other. And the king was making special note of that. The king made sure that he went to every child and saw their plant. While the king was happy seeing those beautiful flowers, he also frowned at them for some reason. We don't know why. But then the king made sure he saw everybody's plants. But last, he saw this boy, this young boy at the end, and he called him, come here. And there comes our friend Ping with his empty pot. He said, what happened to your pot? He said, why is it empty? And Ping, with his head put down, almost crying, said, my lord, I took great care of the seed that you gave me. I put the best soil and I watered it every day, but nothing grew. Nothing grew. I put it in a bigger pot, hoping that it will grow, but nothing grew. And I'm very disappointed. I'm very sad about it. Please don't punish me. And he was expecting the king to be very angry. But here was the king smiling. Yes, the king was smiling. He called Ping closer and he held him and said, I have found him, I have found him. And everybody was surprised when the king said, I have found this boy who is going to be the next king of this kingdom. All of them were surprised. But then the king explained. He first looked at all the children with their pots and he said, I wonder what you put in them, because the seed that I gave you was a dead seed. It was a cooked seed, and it is impossible to grow a cooked seed. The same seed that I gave to Ping, he took great care of it. I saw commitment and dedication, and above all, he took the courage to come here and show his hard work. So today, I have decided that this boy will be the next king. That was a realization. Everybody realized that yes, this boy deserved to be the next king. And so the king made the big announcement and gave Ping what? The crown. Yes. Ping was so happy. He couldn't believe his eyes. He couldn't believe that was happening around. And so there was celebration in the country because they had found the next king. And this takes me to the end of the story. But then, the story is important and I like the story. You know why? Because there is honesty in the story. There is commitment. There is dedication. And there is the courage that is there. The boy, with all his honesty, took care of that seed. He was dedicated to see that it gets the best manure. He was focused and he put a lot of hard work. But above all, he was courageous to come to the king and say, this is my best. This is my best. And this virtue is what the king liked. So, the bottom line is that honesty and hard work will always be rewarded. Isn't that a lovely story? Yes. I hope you liked it. And if you like it, share your comments with me. Send me nice messages. If you didn't like it, also tell me what you didn't like so that I can improve. Before we go, please share this video with a lot of your friends, with all your friends who love to plant and all of your friends who love to listen to life stories. Also share it with them. If you've missed my previous stories, don't worry, they're all on my Facebook page. Just go to my Facebook page and scroll down. You can view all my previous stories and I know you're going to enjoy them. That brings us to the end of this story session, but we won't go without singing today's song. Remember the song? All he plants has magic. All he plants just grows. Sing it together. All he plants has magic. All he plants just grows. He takes a pot. He puts some mud. He plants a seed. And poof, it grows. Thank you so much and see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.